Good girl. My lips have been so dry lately. It's weird because it's not dry to the touch, it's like dry from within. I know I need to be drinking more water, so this whole week I've been drinking like 2 of these a day, sometimes more. Actually, always more, because I'll drink 2 of those a day and then I'll have like a glass of water with dinner. But yeah, I think I'm just really dehydrated at the moment. I went in the sauna with my friend last week and I didn't even sweat in there. It was kind of alarming. So after that too, now like it just feels like tight, and like it feels like my lips should be so dry and flaky to the touch, but they're very soft. It's just like that feeling, you know? It's very weird, so that feels weird. Yeah, I just got out of the shower. I did some like cleaning and straightening around the house. I want to do my makeup. My mother-in-law is coming over actually with her friend. We're gonna have some coffee and visit. I really just want to like just chit chat while I get ready and talk about like routines and stuff. I tried this primer in my last makeup tutorial. This is the Hydrate and Glow primer from Bare Minerals. I really liked it. My makeup at the end of the day looked really good. So I have just felt so out of my routine, and I thrive on routine. I thrive on structure. This sounds dramatic, but literally ever since we got Petey, my routine has just been out of whack. Just because, number one, it was a lot to adjust to him. I feel like it wasn't until like maybe 2-3 months in that I really got adjusted to having 2 dogs. Especially because he's a puppy, he needed a lot of like hands-on training and whatever. But then additionally, it was so hot this summer, and it's still hot. So right now, at least when I wake up, it's around like 60 degrees, and then come the afternoon, it gets to like 90 degrees, which is wild, especially for September. I mean, September can be really hot here for us, really hot and humid, but I feel like 90 degrees is just a little much for us here. So, but yeah, all summer, even in the morning, it was really hot, really humid. And Petey, being brand new, he wasn't used to like going on walks and stuff. And also when it gets that hot in general, I don't walk my dogs. I just don't, because to me, it's just not safe and it's not fun. When it's hot like that, when you walk outside and you're immediately hit with like just the thickness of the air, like the humidity here gets crazy. It's just like, I don't even want to be out here. I just want to go in my house and like crank the air to 50. Not really, but crank the air and put on some cozy sweats because I don't want to be outside. So our walking routine really suffered. Normally I would walk every single day. Like I feel like the winter is easier to walk and like have a walking routine than in heat like that, because at least when it's like even 15 degrees, which it does get below 0 here, and on those days I just don't go because that is also dangerous. But when it's like 15-20 degrees, it's still doable and it's still enjoyable. You just bundle up. And Pretzel loves the snow. She loves being out in the cold. So speaking of, my air just turned on. But yeah, so not only is Petey's endurance just not up to par with Pretzel's, he can only go like 10-15 minutes before he would like need a break. And not only that, but also even just for her, it was too hot, I feel, in my personal opinion, to go. And in the morning, it was still hot and humid. So it was just a lot. And so our walking routine really suffered. I also really took a big break with my fitness routine. I just like got to a point where I was so into like health and fitness things that I was overwhelmed by all the information and all the things that you're supposed to do accurately that I literally just stopped everything. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with it all. I'm done. And took a little break of everything, and it ended up being like the best thing for me. I think personally, I think that I'm now realizing like, especially after the last month specifically, I fell into some bad habits, and I'm realizing like, oh, that's not what I want. I want to keep with my good habits. I want to keep with routine. I love that, and I'm doing it for me because I love it and not because I feel like I have to, and that's like what health means. You know what I mean? Anyway, so now that it's been cooler in the mornings, I've been able to take the dogs for their morning walk and been able to slowly increase the walks with Petey so that now he can do the long walk with Pretzel and me together. So now we go all together, and I'm so proud of him for just like sticking to it and like working hard. And if it is a little bit hotter, so like in the mornings it's been like 60 degrees, which is glorious, but if it's like a mid 70s, he will need a break and I will need to hold him because he gets hot and tired. So that's made all of the difference. I'm curious how he's gonna do in the winter because he is so tiny and skinny. He might not be equipped for the winter either because he might get like really cold. He's very high maintenance. I'm now just at a point where I am so ready for structure, so ready for routine, which is funny because I'm going out of town very soon, and then when I come back into town, I'm going out of town again. So there's a lot going on, but I need to get some structure because I'm just feeling so just like, I don't know, just not myself. I thrive with structure. So that's what this video is for me, just kind of getting all of my ducks in a row. One thing, this isn't really like health and fitness related, but one thing that I have done really well this year is making sure that I keep my house tidy throughout the week, because I used to just kind of like let my house go and like be messy, not clean up things, or I would like straighten but not like clean, like wipe down surfaces. I would just save it all for the weekend, and then all day Saturday from like morning until night I would be deep cleaning my house, and it would take the entire day. I don't really feel like I need to do that anymore. I do dedicate Saturdays to cleaning my house, but it only takes like 2 hours tops to do what I want to do, and that's like cleaning toilets and like washing surfaces and stuff, than the other typical things that I do every day. And that's something that has made such a difference, is every single day I straighten up the house, straighten up the cushions, make my bed, do a load of laundry, and do some dishes. And it's so quick. It takes like just a couple minutes to do each thing. And I know like for people that like have that routine already, they're like, yeah, I do that. But I don't know, I think sometimes, or at least before, I would think to myself like, oh, I'll get that later. I'll do dishes later. I'll do this later. And instead, if I just like do just a couple things that are there right then and there, it only takes a couple of seconds and it's not like this big ordeal, you know? So it's really been so helpful for my sanity and just even just my healthy routine in general, to just have a clean space and clean home. It's made such a difference. I've felt way more productive, way more creative overall in the past year because of it, because I do work from home. I work out of my house. I film a lot of content here, obviously. So like having the space be tidy and clean just like supports that and makes it easier to do all those things. And it's just like good for my brain. I feel like a messy space is a messy mind and vice versa. So that has been really helpful and something that I'm very thankful now, like as I'm writing out my like goals for my routine, that's really not one of them, and that would have been one of them like a year ago, you know? So I'm very happy about that. This week I worked out twice and lifted weights and walked and did all that, which feels like a huge accomplishment for me because I had no routine previous to this. I'm a little sore, but I'm not too sore, so I'm proud of myself for not like pushing myself too hard, which is something that I have done in the past where I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this, and then I go like balls to the walls and like kill my body by like just working out super hard, and then I can't work out for a week. So I didn't do that. I'm just like slightly sore. I could go work out right now, but I'm not going to because my mother-in-law is coming over and I've got like other things that I want to do. But I am very proud of myself for going the 2 times this week, and especially because I have this trip coming up. I feel like a past version of myself would have been like, oh, what's the point? Like, why even try to get into a routine when you're about to go out of town? I just feel like I just don't think that way anymore. When I went on Monday with my friend to work out, we were talking all about our routines and everything, and then I was feeling really inspired. And then when I got home, Melissa Merck, who I follow on where's my brush? Melissa Merck, who I follow on YouTube, she did a video on her routines, which was like perfect timing because I watched it right when I got back from the gym. And she made like a list of, here, I made one as well. Go check out her video, it's very inspirational. But she made a routine list, or like her goals for her routine, and she divided it between physical, mental, work, and other. So I thought that as I got ready here, I will share what my routine goals are. And if you're following me on Instagram, I have like a little Brie and me chat there where I just chit chat with you guys. And I share everything there first, like whenever I post and stuff. But in there, I shared my list earlier this week so that you guys could screenshot it if you wanted to. So if you want this list screenshotted for yourself, head over to that chit chat over on Instagram. It's just like linked in my bio, or it's not even like a link, you just open it up and then you join the chat. But yeah, I'm gonna go over that now. So the first thing is just in the physical category is just consistency with my workout routine. So Amanda, you guys know Amanda, her boyfriend is an Olympic weightlifter and he created a workout routine for me probably like a year ago. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, see, I've got like a burn or something. Did I burn my lip? But it's like red. Do you see that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, he made a workout routine for me that's like 4 full body days. And I was always against doing full body because I liked to have an arm day, have a leg day, whatever. Well, over time, I've just become less strict and more relaxed with just like everything in life. And so now I can see why full body can be very beneficial for me because if I miss a day, it's no big deal because I've already hit those muscle groups. Where if I had it split up into arm days and leg days, if I missed a day, then it would kind of screw up the whole trajectory of my routine, you know what I mean? So consistency with my workout routine is really important for me. I need to just get more consistent with it. If I get 3 days in a week of workouts, I will be ecstatic. And actually having 2 days this week along with my daily walking, I'm very happy with myself and just starting it in general. So I think that my goal would be to be consistent. If I do 3 days, I'm happy. But I would also love to just this fall start incorporating other things like Pilates. I really enjoyed reformer Pilates when I was doing it. I'm not a huge fan of mat Pilates, to be honest with you. Reformer Pilates I love, and I would love to do that once a week or once every couple weeks, just kind of like incorporate it as I need to. It is expensive though, so that's the other thing. I'm like, I just don't want to pay $25 a class, you know? So there's that. Maybe also incorporating some hot yoga, especially with it getting darker earlier, especially come like November specifically. I think November and December are like the darkest months of the year. Doing like hot yoga at nighttime, that was how I like survived the winter last year, is I would do a morning walk, and then once the sun would set and it was dark at like 4 o'clock, anytime after that, I would force myself to go to hot yoga and get out of the house and do a workout. And that really helped me like just not like shut down for the rest of the day at like 3 p.m. So that really helped me feel like very productive and active. And I really didn't get like down in the dumps last winter. So I plan on doing that this coming winter and early fall as well. What is next on my list? Oh, I would also like to incorporate my step aerobics again. I miss that a lot and I just have a lot of fun with it. But I think the main thing for me is just doing those full body workouts at least 3 times a week, but I'm gonna shoot for 4. I want to include sauna. I don't know how often, I just wanna start including it. We did it the other day on Monday. I swelled up like a balloon. My hands looked like you just like pumped them with air. It was wild. But I also think I'm dehydrated, which didn't help the situation. But yeah, I'd like to start incorporating sauna and even cold plunging come winter. 10,000 steps a day. To me, this is actually very easy to do. When I do my morning walks consistently, that's like half my day in steps. I get like over 5,000 steps in one walk, so that's easy. And as long as I'm like moving throughout the day, like I'm usually always going to the grocery store. And then when I go to the gym, I'm walking. I try not to sit and edit all the time because if I do that, it's so easy for me to get distracted. Yeah, 10K steps a day is easy as long as I'm doing my morning walks. The next thing on my list is drink your water, you stupid bitch. So I just like wasn't intentional drinking my water the last couple of months. Like honestly, like the whole summer, I just wasn't very intentional with anything. Yeah, as if I'm being intentional and I tell myself drink your water, I will, and it's like not a big deal. I'm not shooting for a gallon. I'm not shooting for anything crazy. I think if I just drink 2 of these a day, yes, I've been a Stanley hater for so long. Tweezerman, the company, they sent me like some tweezers and a gua sha tool and everything. They sent me this in the mail and I was like, oh, they don't know I'm a Stanley hater. They made me a Stanley lover, and I call him Stanford. This is Stanford, and I just fill him up, and he's so easy to drink out of, and I drink so much water. I like the way it feels in my hand. I get the hype. You're not gonna see me walking around the grocery store with this thing, but I get the hype, and I love him. I'm not gonna go and buy a bunch of million colors. That's just crazy. Some people that do that, I do not understand, but there are things that I do that people probably don't understand. But I drink 2 whole Stanfords a day. and that's about what, like 80 ounces or whatever. I'm happy with that. And then I also will have like a glass of water with dinner, whatever. So drink your water, you stupid bitch, is next on my list. Sometimes I just gotta get a little harsh with myself. I love all the self-love, whatever, but sometimes I just gotta like slap myself across the face and tell myself, drink your water, you stupid bitch. Healthy meals, obviously, cooking at home. Let me touch on something quickly. I'm still not sharing like what I'm doing necessarily as far as like food goes and all of that. I know I've had some questions, but I've had a lot of requests lately for keto content. I at this point in my life, I won't be sharing that, and I will share more when I'm ready, so yeah. Okay, next we have the mental category. So the first thing I have on here is morning brain dump. So I started doing this last year when I started the Artist Way book, which was incredible. I only got to like halfway in the book, and then recently I actually started it again, and I'm still in like the week 1 part of it. I don't think that I'm really going to commit to like the 12-week challenge that book entails. I'm just gonna like listen to the book and take the pieces of information that are going to be like applicable to my life. But that book really helped me get out of a deep rut that I was in last year, and one thing that I took from it was morning brain dumps. And I like the way that that was worded, because if you told me to journal, something about that word and just the idea of it, I hated it. I never enjoyed journaling. Something about like writing down what I'm grateful for and whatever, like I just didn't enjoy that. It felt so surface level. And even when I tried to make it more deep and intellectual, like I just couldn't, and it just like bothered me. It felt like more of a chore than something that was going to just help influence my life in a positive way. So when I started the Artist Way, she talked about the morning journaling or morning pages as like a morning brain dump. And she's like, there's no rules. You just write whatever's in your brain. And it's more about getting the cloudy thoughts out of our brain onto the page, so you can just get them out of your brain essentially. And I'm someone that like, I just have a constant narrative in my brain. I'm talking to myself constantly and I don't shut up. So this was actually so helpful. At first I was so just like resistant, and then in the book she was like, those that are like that don't want to do it are the ones that need it the most. I was like, you bitch, you're calling me out. So I started doing it and it changed my life. Like that sounds like so dramatic, but it really did change my life. What is next on my list? Reading daily, which I have come to the conclusion that sitting and reading is just not for me, but I do enjoy a good audiobook. And ever since I got my library card, I have been just going through books like crazy. So I'll also count podcasts in this. That was something too, when I was feeling just not myself, I realized I really wasn't keeping up with all of the podcasts that I enjoy listening to. And I enjoy listening to a lot of like just good podcasts that are about like self-development and like being better, like the best version of yourself, whether that's, you know, health and wellness wise, spiritual wise, work wise, whatever. So I realized like I really wasn't listening to that kind of stuff, so I have that on here to do daily as well. Staying off socials, that is the next thing in the mental category for me, and that has also been something that I have been doing the last couple months, and it has been bad. I've just like been scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I can't believe I got back to that place, because I was doing so good for like the last year, and then recently it got me. And then once you're on there, it just like just snowballs. So the last week, this has been a transformative week so far. This whole week has just been a really big shift in my routine, and I'm feeling excellent. I don't know if you can tell, my energy is high because I'm feeling energized by all of these things that I've already started to incorporate. So yeah, staying off socials is huge for me. I think especially because I create online, create content online, I can tend to get into a spiral of like what other people are doing, instead of just like, I shouldn't even be scrolling at all. So I can have an original fucking idea, because I feel like everybody is just regurgitating the same things over and over and over again on social media. You can't see something new and original anymore. It's because everyone's looking at everyone's content and doing the same thing. I'm over it. I shouldn't even be looking at that stuff. I should just be my own person and create from what comes from here, not from what I'm seeing online, to get inspiration. I think sometimes that can even be a slippery slope. Even if it is inspirational to me, it's still going to influence how I show up and how I am and how I'm creating. And I just don't necessarily know if that's always a good thing. And so, yeah, this week I've just stayed off of social media, because clearly it's not good for my mental health. Sometimes I have gotten better with it. It used to be like really bad for me, but now I've gotten to somewhat of a better place where I'm not like all consumed by it, but I felt myself becoming more addicted to it again. So I've decided to just pull back. I'm not like going on like a break completely from like scrolling totally, but I think I can now trust myself to check in and be like, no, this isn't, we need to like pull back, you know? Next is romanticizing my morning and nighttime routine. Just like having them and setting aside time for them and kind of thinking, what do I want to do? So the morning routine is like the journaling, the walking. I also included ice roller, which I totally forgot to do today, but just kind of making it more glamorous and fun, because why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? This is your life. I believe this is the only one that we have. So I want to live it to the fullest and make every moment fun. So even if it's like at nighttime, what I plan to do is like have a nice hot nighttime shower, gua sha, do like all the pampering things, because sometimes I'm just so lazy. I just quickly wash my face, sometimes even just to like use makeup wipes really quick and go to bed. Like I'm really not the best at romanticizing my nighttime routine specifically, but it's like, why not? This is the one life that I have. Let's make it amazing. And that's one way that I think it would be really fun, especially because like I think about like when I see other people do it, I'm like, oh, that just seems like so glamorous and like romantic, and I want to do that. So that is on my list for mental. And I know that maybe that's like a physical thing, but for me it's a mental thing. It's how it makes me feel. So for work, I have a YouTube thing, like to know it thing, and then a short form content thing, because I think I need to be more consistent with short form content, because you guys know long form is just my thing. I love it, and I'm never gonna go away from it. I know a lot of people stopped doing long form content completely, which I'm angry at you all for. Like, what the fuck is that about? Anyway, love long form no matter what. And so for that, I have 2 videos weekly, which sometimes I do 3 videos, sometimes I do 1. My goal is 2, and then the more the merrier. But as far as short form goes, I think I always kind of got in my head thinking that I need to post daily because everyone posts daily short form, but they're also not doing YouTube. Most of them, I mean, not saying that not everybody does, but obviously there's some people that do both. But I think for me, I just got the impression that like to be successful at short form content, you have to be posting every day, multiple times a day, multiple times a week, like all of that. I'm gonna start slow and do once a week. That is my goal. And whether it be TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever. To be honest, I hate YouTube Shorts. I hate when it comes up in my subscription feed, and I wish that I could turn that off, but I can't. Unfortunately, it won't let me like only do new videos. It only, you know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, that would be a big goal for me. And then getting back to posting and like to know it every single day, that was actually very easy for me to do. I just had to do it and plan. And I just the last month kind of like just stopped completely. Also life was just, there's a lot going on lately. So actually, now that I'm here, I'm gonna use whatever's left over on a fluffy brush here and just kind of put this in the outer corner just for a little depth. It's just a dark shadow. And now for other. So I have a weekend reset, which I already do on either Saturday or Sunday, and then church on Sundays. So I was actually just talking with my mom about this when she came over the other day. And I was saying, you know, I just really haven't enjoyed going to church in person, but I do love watching church online. So I think just like trying to force myself to go in person, like why? I just don't need to do that, at least for right now, and just like be consistent with watching it online on Sundays. So that is a goal of mine that I can easily do. And Ruben and I do that together. So those are my goals for my routine. Where is my lash color? Those are my goals, and those are all very achievable. I know that I will do them because I already do the majority of them, or I have in the past, and had that be like my consistent routine. I've just gotten out of my routine. So I think just having it organized like that so I can see it as a whole is very helpful, because it's helping to just kind of like align what I want and like what my values are, and help me just get my mind more on track with what routine and like what I want my routine to be and what I want my life to look like. So I'm applying the hazelnut tea lip liner from Laura Mercier. I quickly just did the outline and now I'm just lightly feathering it in on the lips. And then because I want to be a little bit more neutral today, I'm gonna use Honey Love from MAC, which is a nice like light beigey color, and just tap that on the lips. Okay, I gotta go change my battery and we can do the hair. So it's almost 5:30 right now. My mother-in-law and her friend Patricia just left, which was so nice to visit with them. I haven't seen Patricia since I think it was my wedding. Now I need to run to the grocery store. I need to get some things for dinner tonight. I think I'm gonna make some honey glazed chicken thighs, which I haven't made in forever. Like probably since my last video where I showed it in a vlog is the last time I made that. So I feel like it's been like a year. At least that's how it feels. I want to make that for dinner tonight with some chopped up bell peppers. I might check in with Ruben though. He might want bacon and eggs. So if that's the case, then I need to get some bread. But yeah, I need to get him some coffee creamer for the morning, some actual coffee. So I got this hazelnut flavored coffee from Aldi. Ruben doesn't like it. I love it, but Ruben's not a fan. So I'm gonna get some regular coffee and his Snickers creamer because I also tried a different creamer for him and he doesn't like it. So I'm gonna get get all the goods. And yeah, I think that's it from the store. It should be a pretty quick run, although I am going at like prime time grocery hours, so we will see. I feel like my makeup is lasting pretty nicely. I think I really like that Bare Minerals face primer. Like I mean in person I feel like I look more oily than on camera, but all I gotta do is this and I should be good. Yeah. All right, let's go. Off because I really want to start glamorizing and romanticizing that nighttime routine, and to do that I feel like I should do it like around 6 o'clock because I want to do it I guess before I start cooking, because once I cook then we eat and then we're done for the night, so I really need to do it prior to that. But I want to show you everything that I got from Miranda Fry recently, which is in this really tall pile I have here. Where can I sit and do this? Okay, I grabbed a tripod so I can show you all of this jewelry. So the first thing I want to show you, which by the way, I have a discount code, Brianna Fox for 10% off. These are my favorites from the launch. These are the Aurora hoops, I think that they're called, They're so pretty. I've got this ring. Kind of looks like the Chanel logo a little bit, but very pretty. Ooh, that would be a pretty little stack of Rooney Dooney. I got this necklace. And this is the chain. And I got this charm to go on the chain. Just so pretty. I can see this being like such a nice statement. That's so pretty. So cute. I love this chain, especially once it's against my skin. That's gonna look just so shiny and luxurious. So cute. I love this, especially with kind of like what I have on right now. Mainly if I had like a more simple basic crew neck on. I mean, I don't know, I feel like it even works with this, but just to have like a little bit of a statement here, but still simple, I love this. Next up are these earrings, which are so fun. And at first I was back and forth on these, and then I was like, no, these are perfect for like, just imagine like a cashmere sweater with these. How cute are these? I just imagine just that bold statement earring, like a cashmere, oh, just so beautiful. Mega hoops, how adorable are these? I think they're so beautiful and they're thick. I have some larger hoops that I actually haven't worn in a really long time, but these made me really excited to wear big hoops again because these are such a statement and they're more elevated than the ones that I have. The ones that I have are a little bit more outdated. These are like an elevated, updated, more 2024 version of a hoop, and I just think they're beautiful. Next are these earrings, which are these like rectangular huggies. I think these are so cute. Again, like another option kind of like these, where it's just another option for a comfortable everyday earring. This is their new charm bracelet, which I don't think I've ever worn a charm bracelet, but it gives me like Tiffany's vibes. So I picked up this little star, this little moon to go with the star, this heart because it's a heart, how cute, and then this little butterfly. I just put on all of the charms. Look at how cute. Look at you. You're so handsome. Oh, you're so handsome. Okay, so the time has come for me to start romanticizing my nighttime routine. And so it's gonna start now. I've begun by putting on my nice jammies. I've got some jazz music on. Let me put you on my tripod. I wanna do this early so that I can actually like have a good time doing it. Begin by getting my hair out of my face. I'm gonna start with the Desi Skin So Balm Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. This is my favorite. Do a good chunk and go right on my skin with dry skin. Get the eyes, get the mascara. That's like the worst part. Now I just grab my face halo and get that wet. I'm just gonna let that sit on my eyeball and let it just melt away all of the makeup. Ooh. See, it just like rinses away. Desi Skin Canvas Gentle Detox Cleansing Gel. I have really just come to love Desi skincare products. They are so good. So I grab some cleanser. I love this because it's so simple. It's gentle. Doesn't have a fragrance. Neither of them do. The only thing from Desi that I can't use is the vitamin C. And it's because my skin and vitamin C just do not mesh well. I've tried 3 different brands now, and every time I end up getting like a rash. It's very bizarre. So, unfortunately, me and vitamin C do not work very well. So next I'm going to use the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is my favorite. And if you listened to the In Her Skin episode that Amanda and I did on our podcast, where Amanda breaks down like skincare and what does what, I learned that the hyaluronic acid will help you absorb all of the other like hydrating things that you put on your skin. So it'll help you absorb your moisturizer and your oils and all of that stuff. So very diligent with applying my hyaluronic acid. Love this stuff. And this is so inexpensive. And then I'm gonna grab the Colleen Rothschild Complete Eye Cream because I still have a little bit of this and I've been slacking on using eye cream lately. So I'm gonna use this under my eyes. I removed my nail polish today, by the way, because it was all chipping. If I have time tonight, I'm gonna paint them. Because tomorrow I'm filming my decorate video and I want to be all, you know? I just don't know what color, if I want to do like a dark maroon or if I want to do a bright red. I don't know. Next I'm going to use the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. One of my favorites. Such a good standard moisturizer. Take a little chunky dunky and put it on my face. And my chest, all the way down to my boobies, around my neck, and then I do my hands as well. I mean, I'm being extra lush today because, again, we're trying to romanticize this. Normally it's like part of the romanticization is I would like to incorporate gua sha a little bit more. Now, normally in the shower when I wash my face, I'll go in with my fingers and like do some of this action and stuff. I actually really like it with my hands, but yes, I'd like to use the gua sha more. So Tweezerman actually sent me this, like, I think it's like a stainless steel one, very bougie, and that's going to be really cooling on the face too, so I'm excited about that. So I'm going to use that with the Naturium Virgin Marula face oil. This reminds me a lot of the Drunk Elephant ones, so we are going to do this now on top of everything else, which the oil I've learned is supposed to go on after, which, okay, that was not nearly enough. I am not a pro at the gua sha or the lymphatic system. I've seen it done so many different ways, so do not copy me. I've gotten torn a new asshole for every different way that I've tried gua sha and lymphatic drainage. You do your own research because yeah, I think that the people that are doing gua sha do it one way. I think the lymphatic drainage people do it another, even though it's all very similar. That is my skincare for the night. Oh, it feels so good to have all my skincare done. I love the Zevia Cola, but I also really love the creamy root beer. It tastes just like a regular root beer. I love it. Their other root beer one, I think it's the ginger root beer, I don't think tastes very good. I think it tastes a little bit like licorice. I've got my vintage autumn jazz playlist playing on my Google Home. I actually get asked all the time what this is because it usually just shows the clock. It's just my Google Home. I've just got the lighting just right, the vibes are right, the dogs are nice and cozy. Isn't that right, my girl? He's my cozy girl. Hi. You don't get shown enough because you're always under a blanket. Look at this pretty girl. Oh my goodness. I'll be giving you your dinner very soon, okay? Good girl. Wow. How you do? Yeah, how you do? Good boy. So I think I'm just gonna start working on dinner. Prepping everything, work on the vegetables, get everything out for the chicken.
In the building and ABC's Abbott Elementary.
Hi, my chickens. Look at you, you're so cute. I just realized Guys, I'm running low on your chickens. I gotta make you some more. Are you ready, miss? My miss ma'am, so good? This for my good girl. Are you ready, sir? Yeah? Let's go, mister. This for my good boy. He has to have paper towels down because when he drinks his water, it goes everywhere. Maybe we need to get like a little mat or something for him, but yeah, she doesn't do that. She's so clean.
Sup, squirts?